Who is ready to decorate some outdoor spaces with me? I have to decorate my front porch, my back patio, and then possibly my greenhouse, all for fall decor. And full disclosure here, I was planning on having a fall garden party. This was going to be my second one of this season, or actually of this year, and I have to postpone it. It will have to be pushed to next weekend because our forecast is looking horrible for tomorrow, and that's just my luck. Hi you guys, this is Nicole from My Carolina Garden. My garden is located in growing zone 8B and I am in southeastern North Carolina. So I like to theme my front porch in a black and white style. This was a bench my husband and I put together maybe 2 years ago. So we're going to do as much black and white up here as we can. First things first though, I got to leaf blow this whole thing off. I don't know if you have that problem, but holy cow, lots of gathering of leaves and debris up here. Why did I choose to have my garden parties in the fall or in October instead of in the spring when the weather is also glorious? Well, one of the reasons is my health had some big question marks around it and I just was not up to the task. Summer's out of the question completely because it's way too hot and humid here and it just wouldn't be enjoyable to tour the gardens and have everybody sweating the whole time. So I purposely waited for this time of year when our gardens are feeling a little refreshed. We're still in growth mode here. And I was thinking as long as hurricane season didn't get to my garden party first, that I was going to be okay. Well, this storm this weekend is not really about a hurricane. So I digress. One of the things I wanted to mention were like my arrangements on my front porch right beside my front door. Now these have been here for the whole summer, and earlier this year I said I don't want to change those out even for fall because I still love the caladiums. I have some wimpy, look at that, completely coming off. I was going to say I have some wimpy caladium stems at this point though, but I think because my coleus is still fine, creeping Jenny's still fine, I'm just going to add some pumpkins into these and maybe try to stand up the caladium leaves instead of switching it all out. I don't want to go nuts when I know that cold is coming and I want to save my plant money for something else. I am all about layering when I'm decorating, just like in the garden. Layers and rows, dimension, various textures, etc. I'm all about that because I think that's what makes the biggest impact in the garden and when decorating. And of course, adding the orange accents here goes with the black and white for the fall and Halloween theme. But I also like playing off of the orange that's in my lantana next to me. So my snake plant pot over here with my Dipladenia in it is going to get some orange touches as well. So as I'm gathering all of my black and white items, now I've purchased these in the past because I've had the black and white theme going up here for a little bit. Let me show you some of the plants that I am reusing. I am choosing to not go out and buy pansies or snapdragons or something right now. And instead I'm reusing plants that I have, which in this case are coleus cuttings in a black pot and little succulents. This is actually a rosette style succulent, and this is the lemon coral sedum. So I have a black and white pot one for each of my little supposed to be candle holders, but I'm making them plant holders. I'm reusing plants because here's the little thing. I was going to have my garden party this weekend, and it's the same weekend that the huge clearance sale at my favorite nursery is happening. So supposedly the sale is happening rain or shine, which will be interesting. But I am saving my garden budget. But I am saving my plant budget to buy perennials and evergreens and things I can put into my yard, not just on annuals right now. This is it. I mean, October, if I'm going to spend the money, I'm going to get the most bang for my buck, and it's not going to be on annuals this time of year. So I'm reusing absolutely anything I can. And succulents or sedums are fabulous choices because you can break off pieces of them and have them reroot. So I'm just utilizing things like that to go ahead and make my layering happen up here. And then this pumpkin here, this black and white guy, is just made out of pallet wood that I painted, just like the black and white bench. So those two things were made to go together. So here's where we ended up. So we got our black and white and orange mix. And just like any southern garden, we have a mix of the summer flowers. Again, the Diplodenia over here, which is a tropical blooming flower, and then you mix it in right with your pumpkin. So that's a little something that's funny. And another update, remember how I had these volunteer tomatoes over here, which I assumed just came from birds maybe dropping seeds or something. I still have some tomatoes growing on there. Lantana continues to look awesome, and it will until we get a frost, which will probably be around Thanksgiving. Sweetie Pie little scarecrow to add into the pothos plant. That will be out here until it starts to get quite cold. Same thing with the coleus. Coleus is going to be able to be out here until it gets to be quite cold. I will bring some things indoors to overwinter, of course, but not everything. And then over here, I attempted to stand up my caladium leaves just by putting in a stick that we tied a black lace to. It did okay, but these guys are ready to flop. I have some caladiums in the backyard that still look great, but these ones are a little bit more tired. No worries. Hello begonias, creeping Jenny, coleus, caladiums, and flax lily as our background. Moving on to the back patio. So you know this space as being up close to the house, and then of course the poolside gardens and everything are that direction. So you can see that I have patio furniture set out on the pool deck for right now for the garden party. So as you face the house, this is the first time that we haven't had a patio set, table and chair set under here. So we purposely did that for the first garden party that we had, and we sort of liked having this empty space. So basically my color scheme for back here is going to mimic what you see in this layered carpeting. So I'm going to do the purple and orange. And here are some of the things I have for that. Now, luckily, the black pearl ornamental peppers are already the exact right color scheme for this job. So we have purple and orange in the peppers. Then I just took two urns, this one here, this one here. They had just been over in this area along the fence line. I had drip irrigation set up with a bunch of vegetables that were over there growing. These urns had been part of that row of plants, but they're no longer in the irrigation and they're ready to rock and roll. So I have purple heart here already in this planter. It would be awesome if I could put orange in there. And then this is the Mona Lavender Plectranthus, obviously another purple plant. And I need to just add a pop of something down below here. So that's part of what I have going on. Now these decorative grasses that I've tied into bundles were just from my zebra grasses up in the front. And I think I just came up with a clever idea, but I'm not sure. I'm thinking I'm going to take these grass clippings and actually use them as like bundles for fall decor, either beside my front door on the porch or maybe even by my back door. So I'm thinking tie these up with some jute or something, and it's almost like corn husks. I don't know. I haven't done that before, so I'm going to give it a try. I think I am going to tie some ribbon on them and put them up here on the posts. So that's kind of my idea with that. Then I have some pumpkins. This dragon's breath is the second big dragon's breath that I dug out of the pool waterfall. And so I just put it into a terracotta pot, which, you know, look at that orangish color. So we're earth tony. I feel good about that. And then this is my croton that has lived with me for a number of years, that it just gets overwintered in the greenhouse. So it's not exactly orange, but it's got the coloring for fall. So I think I'm going to use that as well. We are going to start easy over here. I actually did go to the store looking for orange pansies. And guess what? I only found purple. Dark and light purple, so different shades of purple, but it was the orange that I needed for this pot arrangement. So I ended up not getting those, and let's see if these do the trick. And this may just be as simple as that. Now on to a little bit more of a complex project. Let's get these decorative grasses decorated and hung up on the posts. It is honestly so breezy out that I didn't want you to see me struggling trying to hold everything together as I was tying it up. But we just got a little bit of ribbon that was pre-done from the Dollar Tree and the little pumpkins there as well. Let me get all the other ones up and I'll show you how they look all together. So the fun thing about over here is I have an outlet so I can plug in this jack-o'-lantern. So that's pretty cool for this corner. And then over here I utilize, well, all the things that I said. So we have a croton and an asparagus fern in that pot there. Obviously pumpkin. That's the dragon's breath celosia from the waterfall. More of the asparagus fern up there. So we're looking pretty fallsy over here. And then of course looking this direction, we have our ornamental grass clippings that we turned into bundles. And it's just a great alternative to buying the corn stalks. So this was free except for the couple of little add-ons that I got from the Dollar Tree. So then here we have the ornamental cabbage, we have this sweet little pumpkin, and that's just some autumn joy sedum that I had taken from out of my ground. And I did not purchase any of the plants for this display today right now. These are all things that I've made vignettes with before, used it on my blue garden bench, etc. I don't know why I didn't think of this earlier today, but I have a fourth bundle of grasses and I decided I would use it right over here. It has gotten so windy, as I said, I don't think I'm going to get into the greenhouse because it's going to be kind of crazy in there as the panels shake with this wind. The weather was supposed to roll in tonight, but it looks like it's starting a little bit early. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed these little decor ideas, ways that we can use our own plants, whether it's cuttings like the ornamental grasses that we bundled up, or even the cuttings like we use on the front porch of the coleus. That's adding our color for right now. We did not have to spend a dime to do it. So I look forward to sharing with you my shopping of perennials and other things this weekend, even in the rain. Follow me on social media for more ideas. And until next time, you guys, happy planting.